Welcome back to Aussie Al. I'm doing a series today near and dear to my heart. I've always loved this series, and let's get into it. So, part one of the Japanese version of Phases of Death. How good. 1977, released in Japan. It actually outgrossed Star Wars in that year, which is why I love Japanese people. They know quality. And this is Phases of Death, the second version that was released in Japan by Mad Video. Okay, and the next one, Phases of Death Part 2. From Japan. And Faces of Death Part 3. That I found. Very lucky to find that one. Also called Fear. That's the other title that it went by. And guess what's next? Yes, that's right. Phases of Death Part 4. In Japan, they love their shockumentaries in Japan. I found some of the best ones in Japan. Alright, and I'll let you look at some of my videos there. See, I'm into some normal videos too. Not all sick filth. Just normal stuff that you'll find. Okay, so in Japan, when you went to the cinema and saw Faces of Death, they would give you, or you could buy this booklet, Faces of Death. So you can sit there in the cinema before the curtains drew back. And, you know, a bit like going to the fucking, the opera. You can read this and find out all about the director and, you know, all those juicy little bits of information. Okay, what next? Yes, the American version of Phases of Death. Yeah. Looks like it was drawn by a 3-year-old. Looks fucking cheap and pathetic. But, you know, I had to have it. And the American version, Faces of Death Part 2. Yeah, brilliant artist. I hope he fucking got paid well for that. Useless fucker. Alright, next one. Oh, Faces of Death Part 3. And then Faces of Death 4. For those who don't know Roman numerals, IV means 4. You know, go to fucking school. Learn this shit like I did. That's why I'm so fucking awesome. Alright, next one. Faces of Death 5. They just keep on pumping them out. And then Faces of Death 6. Yep. Yeah, so Faces of Death 6 is just the best of, you know, the best bits of the other ones. Alright, so in Australia, it was banned, of course, but if you looked around in video stores, you could find it. Banned in 46 countries, Faces of Death. This is the Australian version. I looked around. Well, you know, it's rare. Not that rare, though, because I found 2 of them. Banned in 46 countries. I even had the t-shirt. I don't have any more, though, because I wore it till it rotted, which is very appropriate. This one here. This could be the rarest video in Australia, I reckon. Faces of Death Part 2. Yeah. I've got the only copy I know that exists in Australia. And it was, let's have a look. See, it was actually released in New Zealand, Auckland, but you know, you get that. Australia and New Zealand, one and the same. So, and because I'm a bit of a Faces of Death groupie, I even managed to go out and get the Faces of Death trading cards. You know, everyone else is into Pokemon and all that. I was into my Faces of Death trading cards. You know, I'll swap your execution for drowning, and you know, or hanging for electrocution. And that's what I was doing. My Faces of Death trading cards. But you know, I'm no sicko. I'm pretty normal. This is perfectly normal behaviour. So my psychiatrist reckons I'm doing well. I'm doing well. And you know, hope you love it. I've got an alien in a jar as well. Alright, I will see you next time. Peace out.